When you wash your hair in the morning, do you notice how much hair accumulates in the drain? It seems like the more often you wash, the more hair falls out. Sometimes you even feel like not washing it at all. Have you ever had these anxious thoughts? Am I doing something wrong? Why is my hair getting worse even though I try to take care of it? Am I going bald? Hello, my name is Kanjunsk. I'm 58 years old, and I'm a hair transplant specialist. For 25 years, I've been treating patients suffering from hair loss. Every day, people come into the clinic with the same words. Doctor, I've already given up. My father was bald too. Every time I look in the mirror, I feel sad. My hair is falling out and it's depressing. Friends, let me tell you with complete confidence, your concerns are absolutely justified. And yes, you are washing your hair incorrectly. In fact, the method we believe to be clean and healthy is actually killing our hair. But don't panic. Today, I'll reveal a secret no one talks about, a secret I discovered over 25 years of helping tens of thousands of patients. All you'll need are two simple ingredients that you probably already have at home. And the result? Hair restoration in just 1 month without major expenses. Watch this video to the end. It might be your last chance to save your hair. Before we begin, please hit subscribe and like. These seemingly small actions might save someone's hair. Have you ever gone to bed after an evening hair wash and felt like your hair turned stiff like straw? It seems clean, but it gets rougher. And in the morning, you wonder how much more will fall out. I completely understand that feeling of anxiety. Over 25 years, I've heard this every day. Doctor, after washing, even more falls out. It would be better not to wash at all, patients told me. At first, I thought it was just a perception. But when too many people say the same thing, you start to question. That's when I decided to conduct an experiment. I observed 500 patients over 6 months as they washed their hair. The results were shocking. Those who washed incorrectly lost 3 times more hair than those who did it right. Even more surprising, all these people thought they were washing their hair correctly. Maybe you're making the same mistakes. Washing with hot water. You think it's cleaner that way? No. Hot water burns the scalp, like pouring boiling water on a flower bed. Applying shampoo directly to your hair. You think more shampoo means better cleaning? Dangerous misconception. Concentrated shampoo on the scalp is nearly like a chemical burn, scrubbing with fingernails. You think the harder you scrub, the better? Actually, you're scratching your scalp like with a knife, creating micro-traumas that easily let in bacteria, especially risky with age. The skin becomes thinner and heals worse. I once saw a 60-year-old woman who had always washed her hair with her nails. Her scalp was covered in wounds, and the crown of her head was almost bald. Doctor, I always tried to wash thoroughly. Why did this happen? She asked through tears. After that case, I made a promise to myself. I would teach people the right way so no one else would repeat that mistake. And what I'm about to share is not just a washing technique, it's a method that can save your hair. One 50-year-old male patient cried in my office. He showed me a family photo and said, 10 years ago I had such thick hair. Now my grandson asks, Grandpa, why do you have almost no hair? I'm ashamed to go to family gatherings. We've been taught the wrong word all our lives. Washing hair is incorrect. We should be saying, washing the scalp. Let me explain how I realized this. 10 years ago, during a trip to Japan, I met an 80-year-old man with hair as thick as a young person's. I asked him his secret, and he smiled. Hair is already dead, like rice in a field. No matter how much you polish it, it won't grow. But if you take care of the field, the harvest will be rich. The scalp is that field. These words changed my mindset. From that day on, I began studying everything from scratch. Let me share an amazing fact. Hair is made of dead cells. Once it grows out, it cannot repair itself. Damaged hair stays damaged forever. But the scalp is a living organ, the factory that produces hair. If that factory is healthy, it produces strong hair. But what do? We carefully wash dead hair and completely ignore the living scalp. It's like watering leaves while forgetting the roots, or watering flowers but leaving the soil dry. When I realized this, I began using new techniques with my patients. I told them, "From today, you don't wash your hair, you wash your scalp." And a month later, something amazing happened. A 60-year-old woman came into the clinic and exclaimed, "Doctor, look at my hair. Something is happening." And indeed, her scalp had a healthy pink color and new soft baby hairs appeared. She said, "I washed my hair all my life, and everything changed once I started washing my scalp. I feel 10 years younger." Another patient, a 58-year-old man, said, "My son asked me, 'Dad, what did you do to your hair? There seems to be more of it. I haven't heard that since I was 30. Remember, shampoo is not meant for your hair. It's meant for your scalp. You can apply the most expensive products to your hair. It won't help. Only healthy skin can grow healthy hair.' Now I'll tell you about a special method that can save your scalp, and if you learn it today, it might change your life forever." "Doctor," a surprised 60-year-old woman asked me, "are you saying I should pour coffee on my head? Not drink, apply." Yes, it actually works, I'll admit. I didn't believe it at first either. But now I can say with full confidence, coffee is a true miracle of nature in the fight against hair loss. I learned about this 5 years ago at a medical congress in Germany. An elderly professor said, "The coffee we drink every day can reduce hair loss by half." There was a murmur in the hall. I couldn't believe my ears. But when he showed the research results, everyone fell silent. Over 6 months, they observed 2 groups of 120 patients. Those who used coffee externally showed almost twice the hair growth. As soon as the conference ended, I approached the professor and asked, "Professor, are you serious?" The professor simply smiled and showed me microscope images. The hair treated with coffee appeared much more active. Coffee works in 3 ways: dilates blood vessels, increasing nutrient flow to hair roots; energizes cells like charging a battery; blocks harmful substances that cause hair loss. I tested this in our clinic with 30 patients over 3 months. 27 showed clear improvements. One 62-year-old man who had been bald for a decade walked in after 3 months without a cap. His crown was full of thick, dark hair. His wife even asked if he had a transplant. Why is coffee so effective? It boosts blood flow, energizes roots, and shields follicles from damage, turning a narrow path into a highway for nutrients. How to use it. Brew strong black coffee, no sugar or cream, and let it cool. Pour into a spray bottle. Spray on scalp 15 minutes before washing hair. Gently massage with fingertips. Wash hair as usual. Important: never use hot coffee. If you have scalp issues, consult a doctor. Once a day is enough. What's great? It's nearly free. No need for expensive treatments. Regular coffee can help. But what about hair itself? Isn't scalp care alone not enough? That's where oil comes in. I used to be skeptical too. Won't it make hair greasy? But after seeing an elderly Indian woman with waist-length shiny hair, I changed my mind. She had been applying coconut oil daily for 50 years. A family tradition. I later confirmed it scientifically. Why oil works: creates a protective barrier from shampoo damage, seals in moisture like a greenhouse, nourishes with vitamins and minerals. I recommend 2 oils. Rice oil, popular in Korea. 3x more vitamins than olive oil, inexpensive. Coconut oil, penetrates deeply, protects against bacteria. How to apply. Warm a coin-sized amount in your hands. Apply to hair from mid-length to ends, not on scalp. Rinse out after 10-15 minutes. Bonus result. One patient, a woman in her 60s, said, "Doctor, My hair feels like it did when I was 20. Even my daughter noticed. Too much oil can leave a greasy shine, and it's crucial to avoid the scalp. To prevent clogged pores. Patients who tried this method were thrilled. An elderly man said, "My hair feels soft like after a perm. My wife can't keep her hands off it." A 59-year-old woman added, "My granddaughter said my hair feels like silk. At my age, that's a miracle." Summary. Minutes before washing, apply coffee to the scalp, oil to the hair. Even these two small habits can make a big difference. The scalp becomes healthy and hair vibrant. But that's not all. Even the best treatments won't help if you wash your hair incorrectly. That's why I want to share a step-by-step method I've refined over 25 years. A method that never fails. A 72-year-old man once said, "But doctor, I've washed my hair this way all my life. Isn't scratching with nails better?" I looked at his scalp, red, with micro damage. I told him, "You've been scraping your scalp for years like with a knife. From now on, treat it like a baby's head." 3 months later, he returned a changed man. "For the first time in 50 years, my scalp doesn't itch and barely any hair falls out." The 8-step perfect washing method. Water temperature. Use warm body temperature. Water. Not hot, not cold. Pre-rinse. Rinse your scalp for 1–2 minutes before shampooing. Removes up to 80% of dirt and residual coffee oil. Foam creation. Never apply shampoo directly. Lather it in your hands first. Finger pad massage. Gently massage with fingertips, not nails, for 10 seconds per zone. Wash hair with foam. Only. Glide hands down your hair, don't rub strands together. Thorough. Rinse. Rinse for twice the washing time. Leftover shampoo can irritate. Conditioner. Apply only to hair, mid-length to ends, never to the scalp. Final rinse. Finish with cool water. It tightens pores and tones the scalp. Patients who followed this method saw amazing results. A 60-year-old man said, "Doctor, my wife touched my hair and was shocked. It's thicker." A woman added, "I've had dandruff and itching all my life. Now it's gone." Key takeaways: coffee for the scalp, oil for the hair massage with fingers, not nails. Conditioner only on hair, double rinse thoroughly. These 5 steps alone can prevent up to 70% of hair loss. But the key is to start early. Once hair is gone, it's often too late. One of the saddest cases I saw was a 70-year-old woman with a completely bald crown who said, "Doctor, I should have come to you 10 years ago." Hair is like health. You don't realize its value until it's gone. Many patients tell me, "Baldness runs in my family. It's just genetics." But research shows genetics account for only 30%. The rest is lifestyle and habits. Even identical twins can have drastically different hair outcomes based on how they care for themselves. One patient told me, "Everyone in my family is bald, but not me. At 30, I started caring for my scalp seriously. People thought I was overdoing it, but I kept going." On the other hand, some lose hair despite no family history, due to stress, poor diet, and harsh washing. Friends, remember, small habits make a huge difference. Start today. In just a month, you'll be surprised. The most painful words I hear are, "It's in my genes. I gave up." But it's not too late. Even if you're hesitant to go to a clinic, start with these simple steps. And if you still worry, book a consultation. It's easier than you think. Final thoughts. Hair is not just appearance, it's confidence. When we lose it, our self-esteem suffers. But don't give up. One small change today can lead to a big transformation. After 25 years and thousands of patients, I'm convinced hair loss is about habits, not fate, and habits can be changed. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs hope. Together, we can make a difference. In the next episode, I'll share foods that help and harm your hair. Let's build healthy hair together. And remember, While these tips are based on years of experience, they don't replace professional, medical advice. We're all different. Always be mindful of your personal health. You are responsible for your choices. I'm just here to help share what works. I believe in you. May your hair be your strength. Thank you for staying with me.